Hello everyone, I believe everything is set for a quick demo that I have for you guys today. And I see people are coming in already. I want to thank my camera person here. Is people coming in already? Can you tell me?
23.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start. My name is Luis Amado. I'm a chocolatier and also a professor at a university here in Michigan. And I'm so happy to have you join my live. I'm also very thankful to Bake Deco for collaborating with myself. So the idea today is to share some of my new Christmas molds. I know you've seen them already. They are being used, and I love it when I go online and I see in social media when I get to see all the work that you share with me. So today I'm going to show you a few techniques that some of you have asked me. Of course, we don't have much time. We have about, I believe, a little bit less than an hour. But if there's anything that I don't cover very well, you can always contact me, send me an email, contact me, direct message me through Instagram. And I would love to get to know you, answer any questions. I want to show you, first of all, I'm going to be working with my own collection of molds that I made with, that I designed collaborating with Greyas. Greyas is a newer company out of Turkey. They are working with different markets around the world. And here in the United States, we're very happy to collaborate and distribute our molds through Bake Deco, okay? So today I'm gonna show you perhaps 3 or 4 different techniques that are simple, that are doable in a short amount of time. I'm gonna start by showing you some of my newest molds. I have, and of course you already work with it. Some of you have already worked with it. This is an ornament mold. Is it showing okay? Mm-hmm. See, I have 6 different designs. Easy to clean, you can marry them, and I'm going to be working with this. Probably it will be the 3rd technique that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to be working with this mold. Can I give this to you? Also, I'll be working with my version of a Christmas type of tree. You know, very simple mold. When it comes to this mold, I like to just, how can I say that? I like to just keep the beauty of the mold. Modesty apart, okay? But normally I prefer if the molds have multiple sides, multiple lines or architecture or different designs. I like to just leave the mold alone and do a nice bubble-free design, see? So I'm gonna be working with this mold today. I'm gonna show you one technique, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and start, okay? I'm gonna make myself, I have it already made. I have a piping bed. I like to use paper on this because I'm going to pipe the inside, basically the silhouette of the tree. I'm gonna pipe it with dark chocolate, okay? I'm gonna go nice and slow, only to do the silhouette of the tree, okay? So I'm gonna have my assistant put a little bit of chocolate there, maybe 2 tablespoons. Voy a hablar un poquito en español. I'm going to say a few things in Spanish. Para mis amigos que hablan español, la idea de hacer este live es para no solamente enseñar mis moldes, pero una que otra técnica, y aparte quiero darles una noticia acerca de una sorpresa que tengo en febrero con Bake Deco. Y bueno, voy a estar hablando inglés y español. I'm going to be talking Spanish and English. Hopefully I don't end up speaking Spanglish. But, okay, so I'm going to work with my mold here. By the way, all of these molds are now on sale in Bake Deco, okay? So you can always get them in different places if you are in Europe, but or Latin America. But the great thing here is that Bake Deco ships worldwide, okay? So if you contact Bake Deco, they will be happy to ship them to you. And this week they have a sale, okay? So nothing wrong with sales, right? So Bake Deco has a sale, I think is taking place this week. So what I'm going to do, I'm only going to feel, you see where my finger is? I'm going to carefully, with tempered chocolate, I like to use a paper. Why the paper? Because the paper does not get hot and it allows me to go and stop just where the design stops. Okay, so I'm gonna go nice and easy, okay? And I'm just basically going to feel this, just like that. So if you can see, I'm stopping right where the lines begin on the mold, okay? So I'm just gonna go this way. I have a little bit of chocolate left. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more here. So I'm just going to, okay. So the idea is to fill it all with chocolate, okay? Now, you're gonna take the mold. Oops, I had a little accident here. No problem, I will clean it. I use a little Q-tip here. Okay, well, the idea is that you put chocolate, don't pretend this didn't happen, okay? So you're gonna tap it, and you will do the same on this cavity and then on this cavity. So now, like like magic of television, I have another mold that I started before. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like after. I'm gonna give this to my assistant. Perfect. And I have a mold that I made earlier, and I'm gonna show it to you here. See? Got it? So now, the idea is that the chocolate is going to act like a silhouette, like a stencil, okay? So now, what I like to do, I like to take cocoa butter. You know, I always use Chef Rubber cocoa butter. For me, it's the best. I've been working with Chef Rubber colors for many years. So I'm gonna spray. I'm actually gonna have my assistant give a quick spray on this. So we just have to go with any color. Normally, I like to do 2 colors. So that's, for example, if I'm using Christmas colors this time. So if I go with a light red, maybe I complement with a darker red, you know, or green. If I use green, like tropical green colored cocoa butter, I will then back it up with I will add a little bit of a lighter color, but I'll keep the same tones. So I'm gonna wait till they bring that to me, and then I'll show you. Right? So the idea here is that you spray right over the chocolate, okay? Then you temper the cocoa butter. In this case, I like to, you know, one of the questions that I often get is at what temperature you work with cocoa butter, okay? If I'm airbrushing, I like my cocoa butter to be anywhere between 30 or 31 Celsius. Aquí lo que estoy haciendo, le pasé el aerógrafo, una capa muy delgada de pintura, la tengo entre 30 o 31 grados. So I like to, you know, if I'm painting by hand, then it will be probably colder. It will probably be like 27, 28. So there's no like one size fits all type of approach. So anyhow, after you do this, you just have to unmold it, those templates, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll just do it here. So you end up with something like that, okay? Of course, normally I will take this on paper towels and clean it. You know, the more you clean the molds as you work, the easier it's going to get to unmold a clean piece. A mí me gusta siempre limpiar conforme vas haciendo el trabajo para al fin de cuentas terminar con un producto más limpio. So now I'm gonna give this back to you. We can put them on that tray. So the idea now is I have another mold. I sort of use a different color on this one, but you'll have the idea too. So except this one, yuan mold, and then you have the silhouette of the tree, okay? If you want, you can certainly hand paint or do some design on the ornaments, but I prefer to just keep it simple, okay? So in this case, we will go back and add another color, and then I'll show you, of course, yes, let's go ahead and put one more pass of that. So I'm gonna try to answer some questions in about 10 minutes, but you know, all of this chocolate can be recycled, a small amount, right? Yeah. Okay. You know, so sometimes I wanted to do a live, and normally I do online classes. I also do. Yes. It's okay now? Okay, so now let's focus on this one. I'm gonna clean this. Like that. ¿Se están viendo mi cara?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, what I like to do, we can leave this. We allow the cocoa butter to crystallize. I know for some of you have already done this a million times, and it's like, okay, what's more about that? But very important to have a nice demolding, a nice contraction to allow the cocoa butter to set, it's to be dry to the touch before you add chocolate, okay? In this case, you can even take this to a room that is colder, you know, like 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius. Ahora se deja cristalizar para después poner chocolate y eso es todo. So in this case, I'm not gonna go ahead and finish this. I just wanted to show you this quick technique. Okay, te lo paso, Karen, lo podemos allá.
Okay.
This is another one that we made before. I'm gonna hand this to you. Okay, so I have also another mold that I like to show. Bien, thank you. Thanks for telling me, así, Karim, dándome retroalimentación. Es un molde, el que sigue no tiene nada que ver con Navidad, pero le puse unos motivos navideños y creo que les puede gustar. So, the next mold I'm going to be showing you is not necessarily a Christmas mold. It's not part of my 3 Christmas mold collection that you can get at Bake Deco. But the way I decorate it, you may like it, okay? So basically, is the negative mold, we call this mold. It has the shape of a cacao bean, and I did the same, you know, it's got a division, and I put, on that division, I put chocolate, allow it to crystallize, then you airbrush it with whatever color you want, and then you have this negative space, okay? So I'm gonna give this back to my assistant. And after that, I'm just going to cover this part to show you what I did, okay? So here, you can see, in this case, I paint this with green, and then I put red. You paint the whole bottom with red, and there's different ways to do this clean line that I like to do in most of my work. But the easiest way is that after you paint the second color, you know, here, before the cocoa butter dries, you take a Q-tip, okay? And if we could, podemos hacer un acercamiento. Yes. Antes de que endurezca el siguiente color, se agarra un cotonete y se talla de esta forma, ¿sí? Se talla de esta forma. ¿Y qué pasa? Va a quedar esta figura, este diseño, ¿sí? El que está justo aquí abajo. Entonces, aquí lo que hago, lo volteo para que lo vean mejor, ¿sí? Queda aquí. agarro una brocha, un cepillo, perdón, no brocha, como este, y le pongo unas gotitas de pintura. A lo que yo le llamo pintura es manteca de cacao, ¿ok? Manteca de cacao, en este caso, manteca de cacao Chef Rubber, que también se puede conseguir en Bake. So I have cocoa butter. I'm just going to take the airbrush like this. I mean the airbrush. El cepillo, the brush. Dip the bristles. Pick up this way. And this is the best way, I think, to add some tiny little specks. Just like that. So I'm going to do it on both places. Just like that. Sí, muy bien. Ahora mira. So, I'm going to say in Spanish, yo prefiero usar estos cepillitos y a la hora de charpear lo hago hacia arriba. Agarro el molde y con mi dedo pulgar hago esto. Y esto, tenemos más control en esos puntitos, ¿sí? Esos puntitos de color negro o café es como la sal en el caramelo. Hace que el color luzca más. Those little specks of color bring out the best of the other colors. So if you have something with just red, but if you put a little bit of specks of a darker color, it just makes that red better, I think. So the next step, I have dust, and I have a good quality soft makeup brush. And then at this point, you just load the brush nice and gentle, and just soft. You just put a little bit of color on both places. Cari, can you bring me chocolate in a bag for me? Una bolsa de plástico, ya te la tengo listo, por favor. So, what I have is this. ¿Sí? Entonces, what I like to do, every time I put dust on it, I like to back it up with another cocoa butter. That way the dust doesn't act like a Teflon on the chocolate. I always like to back it up. Because of time, I'm not going to do it today, but I do how to... It's enough. Eso está bien. Así, Cari. Entonces, te molesto con una espátula, Cari, por favor. Y unas tijeras y ya. Bien. So, anytime you cast your bars, make sure that the cocoa butter is completely crystallized, okay? Thank you. Bueno, ahora vamos a llenarlas. Y en este caso, I don't want any air bubbles. It's important, we don't want to have air bubbles because that will take away from the beauty of the bar. I'm not saying my bars are beautiful, but any mold, you know. So you are going to place the chocolate, tempered chocolate, of course, nice and gentle. Let it lava, okay? Just go this way. I'm not gonna have enough for 2 bars, but it's okay. Great. So you go like that, and now you tap a couple of times. Then you can see a few bubbles right there. So you take the spatula, and in the case of this bar, because it's got the negative space here, you're gonna place the spatula just like that. Gently, you clean that way. Now you're gonna do the same in the opposite direction, okay? So you're gonna go like that, and you can see the length of this scraper fits perfect for 2 standard size tablets. So you just go nice and gentle, just like that, okay? So now, after you do this, I always like to tap the mold a little bit, see? So in this case, what I like to do, I like to wait until the chocolate loses its shine, until it becomes more opaque. Usually it will take about 5 minutes at room temperature. Then you refrigerate for 15 or 20 minutes, okay? That's how I do it. So I'm gonna give this, and I would like to, no, take it, refrigerate. I think I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a little, I don't wanna say surprise, but just look out for some collaboration that I'm very grateful and very excited to talk about in February. We are going to be doing some really cool things with Baked Deco, okay? Some exclusive good things with Baked Deco. So as you follow my account, Luis Amado 777, or as you see me in other countries, or online classes, etc., I will share more details with you. But we are never stopping innovating, you know. Tenemos algo, una sorpresita en febrero, algo que va a suceder con Baked Deco, una colaboración que estoy teniendo con ellos. Y bueno, quería más o menos darles, platicar con ustedes de eso, que me sigan en mi cuenta, que sigan a Baked Deco, y van a ver unos productos nuevos que estoy desarrollando con ellos. Bueno, can we pick a couple of questions there? I can see them here. Lots of friends.
Yeah.
And lots of friends. Let me just see. Okay, somebody's telling me when do I go to Mexico? Mexico, I'm not doing Mexico. I don't know yet. I'm hoping maybe 2 years from now. Flavio, interesting inverted technique to apply dots. Thank you, Flavio. I see lots of friends. Where are the molds available? Baked Deco. Do they ship to Peru? Yes, they ship worldwide. You can contact them, you know. They'll be happy to ship different places. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start with another mold. Can anybody give me the time, guys? Fernando?
6:24.
6:24. Okay, time flies. Okay, so I have. So I already showed you my bar, right? Let me, before I forget, show you another variation of my bar. I'm gonna show you here. It's just a velvet finish, okay? And I know there was a question there about how to do the velvet finish. And the way I do it, I like to say this is the bar, and if this is the tablet and you want the velvet not to fall off, you know, because nothing worse than having the velvet, that cocoa butter, stick to your hands, right? Yeah, hold the question. So what you want to do, you want to apply a little bit of heat. I don't know if we can squeeze the phone a little bit. So you will take just a little bit of heat, like that. Then you will take this tablet and you will place it, I don't know, maybe something like that. And you will take it to the freezer, okay? I like to bring it to the freezer for about 10 or 15 minutes, okay? And I think I'm gonna have my assistant do that. And that will show you. There was one question, Fernando, what was the question? Can the molds have a ganache filling? Yes, they can. You know, if you fill them to put ganache, I suggest that you just make perhaps a thin caramel, okay? That perhaps you work with, you know, Felkling has these wonderful fillings, OSA fillings that are very fluid, and they can go as thin as 2 millimeters, okay? These tablets, when I design them for both purposes, to be filled or to be unfilled, okay? They're about 4 millimeters thick, so you can certainly make them hollow and then fill them. And that's one of the things that I explain in my classes, live or online. So I'm gonna work with another mold. We're gonna make a close-up. You know, I was very inspired with Russian cathedrals, Russian buildings, and Christmas. So I went with a mold like that. So in this case, I spray the mold. I spray the mold with simple ruby red, okay? So, you know, I airbrush it. I always like to make sure the molds are at room temperature. Siempre los moldes a temperatura ambiente. Manteca de cacao roja a 31 grados Celsius. Una pasada. And then, in this case, I'm going to back it up with white chocolate. For that reason, I don't need to worry about backing out the red. But if I was doing dark chocolate, then I would probably back up the color with a little bit of a ivory or beige color to maintain the red. Okay. So what I got in this case, I wanted to do something very simple, very Christmassy. I'm not a big fan of mint, okay, I'm gonna be honest, but I know some people like it, you know, and I always tell my clients, my students, you have to do what people like, you know. I don't like certain foods, but the public might like. So I have candy cane, all right, candy cane, those little canes. I crush them with a hammer, so I put them in a Ziploc bag and then I crush them, and then basically don't crush too much. Then what I do, I just like to shave. I put them in a sifter. The sifter has like 2 millimeter openings. 2 millimeter. ¿Cómo se llama en español? Bueno, es como los bastoncitos de azúcar con sabor a menta. Es básicamente un caramelo macizo. Lo quebré en pedacitos pequeños. And then what I do, I'm saving this as the topping for my next bar. Okay? So I'm gonna keep it over here. And I have tempered chocolate. I'm gonna get it out already. It's here. And just so you know, we tempered this chocolate about half an hour ago. And the best way to keep it is in the microwave, you know, small amount, close the door, and that will keep it in temper within reason, you know. Okay, so I have about 400 grams of chocolate, white chocolate. I'm using a vegan chocolate from Felclean. It's an organic chocolate. It has no milk. It's made with cocoa milk. So it's very delicious, very fluid. And I think the flavor of this, which is 400 grams, with about 40 grams of the candy cane dust, is just perfect, I think. It's not very strong, but not very light, you know? So what I do here, if we can make a quick close-up of this, you can just, remember this came from sifting the semi-broken candy cane melts. El polvito residual que quedó de quebrar los caramelos son como 40 gramos. Basically, I place them over here. And el chocolate temperado, the chocolate is already tempered. Entonces vamos a llenar una manga. Sí. This is about 300 grams of chocolate. The capacity of this tablet, it's 80 grams. So you can always calculate, you know, I left about 100 grams in this bowl. And you know, this bowl right here, I can always put it back in the microwave and reuse it. You know, nothing goes to waste. Now here, I like to simply just place it. I want to keep it almost below the rim of the mold, okay? See? So we're gonna go like that. Ahora, aquí es importante darle unos golpecitos, ¿sí? Para evitar las burbujas de aire y dejarlo a que endurezca un poquito antes de añadirle otros toppings. In this case, I always notice how I bring it towards me, I pick it up, and this is what you got, okay? So I'm gonna wait a little bit, and then I'm going to sprinkle some of the toppings, okay? In this case, you know, just the candy, the candy sugar. I always have a problem with my English, sorry. But, you know, this is very simple, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with going simple as long as you go with great product, okay? I'm working a wonderful chocolate from Telme. It's a 38% organic vegan chocolate, which now, you know, I have a lot of requests for vegan products. And then I have the candy, you know, just a small amount, like 10%, like I said before. Then this, you just wait and basically, yes, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. Nothing special. Now in this case, I like to take this to a colder place to accelerate the crystallization process, you know, to eliminate residual heat. And but if you take it to a refrigerator or a wine cooler might be better. Of course, we don't always have access to a wine cooler. What I'm trying to say, take it to a refrigerator, you know, where you put the milk and the eggs, 10 minutes or so. Not much more than that, because the candies, because it's sugar, they will absorb water. So it may also be a good idea to let them sit at a cool place overnight, and that's fine too. So in this case, this will go to the cooler. Normally, you wait until the chocolate gets a little bit thicker, okay? It's very important. You don't want to do it too soon. And very important, I have a piece of plexiglass here, okay? So the plexi, you will put it on top, because sometimes the bar curves, okay? Which is normal, right? Tempered chocolate will have to contract. But in this case, I like to just go like this and then take it to the cooler, okay? So, yes. No. Bueno, ahora vamos we are going to, I had made this before, so I'm going to unmold it, show you. Again, simple techniques, but I really wanted to say hi to all of you and see you and remind you about getting my molds. A lot of you have asked me, how can I get them in Peru? How can I get them in different parts of the world? Well, Bake Deco is shipping, you know. So to unmold, there's different ways of doing. Okay, this came out so like a lot easier than I expected. So here you have it, right? So it's from this mold, you know, and you know, a lot of times it's not a bad idea to just, like the tablets, to just use a good quality chocolate, of course, and put toppings on it, you know. without having to worry about the filling, you know, especially if you are doing a lot of volume in business, you know, just have a good quality chocolate, the most expensive one, and sell it in a tablet, you know. Of course, you can put ganache, but from a money-making point of view, it's very important to, you know, if you can just go with good chocolate and not having to worry about the filling, or use for example, an OSA filling from Felklin, that's not a bad way of doing it.
Can you spray black?
There's a question about if I can spray black cocoa butter behind the red. Of course you can. You can do whatever color you want. You just have to remember that if you back it up with dark chocolate, you might take away from the black. The black may not be very noticeable. Okay, so I have a couple of more techniques here, and show you here. So this one is the ornament mold, and I think I have another question. And that's commercially made peppermint. What if I make toffee or a different water content? It might get too sticky. Okay, the question, Rochelle, on the what I used was commercially made candy canes. Toffee can be made. The only concern will be sometimes toffee may not be as resistant as far as moisture. You know, there's more water activity in toffee. So I guess if you do it during the winter time or during a dry season, it should be okay. In this case, you know, like sometimes if you buy like the candy, los caramelos de, ¿cómo se llama? Candy canes. I think it's good to use them because they're already made for you. 640. Okay, so I'm going to unmold my Christmas ornament molds, because one of the questions that I keep asking is how do you connect them? Okay, so the way I like to unmold this way, you know. Then me traes poquito de chocolate en una tacita, por favor, en una tacita como esta, mira.
Okay.
¿Sí? Ya sabes dónde está. Bueno, I'm gonna make myself a small piping bag. I have a question. One question: if I make my own chocolate, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't. I work with Felklin chocolate. This chocolate that is made in Switzerland from different cacaos of different places. But no, I don't make my own chocolate. I work with Felklin. All right. Here we go. Bueno, hacemos la idea para to glue this is actually very simple. I just place them back into I'm gonna start with these ones here. So I place them back over here. I'm gonna make like 2 of them. Now these ones I'm going to spray chocolate to give it a velvet finish. So I like to place them back into the mold that way. I'm gonna go ahead and show this design as well. It really doesn't matter if it's not the same design that belongs there, but I just like to place a little bit of chocolate on the back. I put like a small droplet, you know, like the size of a small bean or a small mini M&M, you know. Then I just place them back in the mold this way, you know. So this works really good, because they are touching the mold. It works better with just the plain ones, you know. So that's the idea. That's how I put them together. Then what I like to do I freeze them. I also, you know, when they're done, I just take them. Then I heat up a surface. I have like a small warming appliance, and then I melt the bottom of it just a little bit, like a 4 millimeter circle. Then I place them on a tray. Then apply a little bit of heat, like I showed on the live. Then you temper cocoa butter. You temper it to 26 Celsius. Okay, so if you're tempering cocoa butter for a velvet finish, it's important that you bring it to 26, 27 Celsius. Okay, anything like that, and then you'll have the velvet finish. Okay, that's pretty much what you want to do. In regards to another finish, I got an email asking why I posted a photo of this. It's actually the same, this bar on Instagram, and they asked me how you get the gold. Well, the gold is very simple. You just take a little brush, put a little bit of gold, and you just carefully just do this, and it just brings a very nice shine. So just make sure it's a good quality brush, and a lot of times you can do the same with just dark chocolate, but go very, very gentle, very small amount, and then what happens, that can bring up the beauty of the mold, of the lines, you know. So I got a request this morning to show you how I made the Christmas face with one of my molds. So time is like not the best, but I'm gonna attempt to show you that technique, okay? Okay. One comment I want to tell you is that, you know, so Bake Deco, right? We have, and I say we because I'm so fortunate to collaborate with Bake Deco and to do some exclusive work for them. Again, we have a surprise coming up around February. I don't want to spoil it, but I hope that you like what I'm going to be collaborating with around February. Is something very big for me, and for hopefully thinking of you as a consumer at the end, you know. But you know, before I always say we at Bake Deco because I've been buying from them for many years, and I just love them there. And they have the chocolate molds on sale, so that's one thing. Also, Felclean, which I'm an ambassador of Felclean, my other family, they are now available at Bake Deco. Okay, so, and of course, Chef Rubber is also available at Bake Deco. Okay, so now this is my mold, and this is a teardrop mold. The number of this mold is 3536, CM3536, and I need, this is called a dot maker, okay? I'm going to be working with, you know, Chef Rubber has this white color cocoa butter that is free of titanium dioxide, okay? It's free of that. So I have it right here. I forgot the name of it for one reason, you know, but if you contact them, they'll tell you. So I have cocoa butter, and I have it at about, I would say about 25 degrees Celsius, okay? And then I have also red ruby cocoa butter. Then I have my mold at room temperature. So I want to make like a little Santa face or a little Christmas face. Maybe, you know, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So what I do, I have the dot maker. I'm going to dip it gently on the cocoa butter. Then I'm gonna put a little dot right there. So the idea though is that you dip it gently, okay? Just like that. Just like that. Boom, 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 boom. So you can imagine, right? Now you leave it alone like that. So then, does that show now? A little better, like that. Okay. So I have already another mold that I started. Now for this mold, I put the white stuff right there. Then I'm using this 1 centimeter foam, sponge. So what I do, I dip it in a little bit of cocoa butter, load and unload. This is what I call unloading. Then basically you want to go this way. You basically load, and then you just dab it. You just dab it to create this little, si quieres ponerlo ahí, decirle que suba. You're gonna place just little dabs like that. I'll show you, see? Then I'm gonna go ahead and do one more. Then for any reason, así déjale, Cali, si quieres. Like this one, you see where my finger is? That doesn't look too even, right? So you take a Q-tip and with a Q-tip, ¿me puedes acercar un poquito? With a Q-tip, you can just make it even by doing this. Just like that, you see? Then using white, so I have white color cocoa butter. It's a little bit warm for what I want, so I'm just going to take a bit out, and I'm just going to put it right in here, and I'm going to let it cool down a bit, okay? So very important. Temperatures are very important with cocoa butter, you know? I don't have one set temperature. It all depends on what you're doing. So now you take this brush. This is a soft oil paint brush. It's about 3 millimeter. It's about 3 millimeter wide. And basically I just do a little line like that. And I'm gonna do the other side to create that. Okay, so I have some that I made before. Well, I'm gonna wait before I show you that one, because then what you'll do, you take a little bit of white and you just do this part to all of them. Then using, well, let me just move this out of the way a little bit. Okay. So what you do, using brown color cocoa butter, which I have here. You can use brown or another color. You can either, use the dot maker, dip it in the dot maker. Now the dot maker is very good for that because you can just do little dots, as the name implies. Entonces le ponemos unos puntitos para hacer como los ojitos. No importa si uno está más grande que otro porque no tengo el pulso como me gustaría tenerlo. Pero bueno, más o menos así. Esta es la idea. Le ponemos un poquito más de color abajo y hacemos la boquita. Now I put a little bit more and then we do. This looks more like a mustache, you know. Now, if you don't like it, no problem. You just take a little bit of your finger and get it out. But, which is what happened here. So my cocoa butter is too hot. When that happens, you just need to let it cool down. And basically, you do the dots in the mouth, you know. The thing with this tool, you can also take out. You can add or you can take out. So I have one more here that we made before, and then you can take white color cocoa butter, add a little bit of brown, and do like a shade of skin color, you know. If you want it darker, you put more brown, you know. So it's always a good idea to do, you know, like dark skin, light skin, white, you know. You can just play with that. So time's gonna cut soon, very soon, guys.
6:52. No sé si se acuerda.
I have about, I think the Instagram goes very fast and the time. So let me just see if the questions I have. If it cuts, you know, Luis Amado 77 is my Instagram. I'll be coming to Spain, to Dubai, to Turkey, Kuwait. Of course, collaborations with Bake Deco. Felclean is now available in Bake Deco. I'm so excited. And don't forget, there's some chocolate sale going on in Bake Deco. Lots of questions here. The tag maker, if you can find it in online on eBay or Amazon, you know, just put tag maker. And yes, it can also be used for cake design. Yes, so this tool. Thank you, Edward. Thank you so much. The cotton is very good. If you put too much cocoa butter by any reason, you can always wipe down with cotton, you know. And I also like to use this thinner point of cotton. They're really good. You know, I'm not afraid to scratch the mold with the cotton. It's very hard to scratch it. No worries. You can always use the finger, yes, but I've been doing this technique for 20 years, and believe me, if you go really hard, you probably will scratch it, but you have to do it gently, okay? So that's why it's important. If you look at the light, you paint the cocoa butter, and just before it crystallizes, you wipe it off. You don't wait till it crystallizes. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, this brush, some people like this. This brush is wonderful. It's a denture cleaner, and you know, I got it at Dollar Tree. It's perfect for that. Amigos, gracias a todos. Un abrazo a todos. Teresa, Portugal, un abrazo. Thanks, everyone. We'll be in touch. Happy holidays. Thank you to everybody. Take care.